Friendos, we have all heard of the top 3 in every category makeup review video, but today these are the categories that I can feel strongly about saying that I have a number 1 favorite. So my guys, in just a moment we are going to go rapid fire through all of my favorite products. If this sounds like your cup of tea, please don't hesitate, go ahead, hit subscribe, hit like, and friendos, just stay tuned. Okay, first category is going to be primers. My favorite primer that I cannot stop reaching for is Hourglass Veil. This has been in my collection for years now, and large pore girlies, do not sleep on this one. Your face will look so diffused, you'll look like an angel. You will be surprised at how much better your makeup looks with this primer. Foundation. A few of you guys may have seen my makeup necromancy short, and if you did, then you know that my favorite of all time is going to be the Dior Air Flash Spray along with the Tom Ford Stick Foundation. Those are still my favorites of all time, however they are not made anymore. So a close runner up to those is going to be the Pure Love Yourselfie Foundation. Yes, this is old. Yes, this is 2016 in a vibe. That's okay. I honestly feel like this one really does the most to conceal pores, and it stays looking good for the longest on my skin. All right, powder I'm not going to hold up because I've lost my lid, but it is the Dominique Cosmetics powder. That one I feel like is just a little step above the Makeup by Mario powder. If you guys have tried his new setting powder, they are very similar. I just feel like the one from Dominique Cosmetics is slightly more natural looking. I think it's a little bit more finely milled. That, and again, going back to the pores thing, I feel like my pores just look better with that powder. Okay, for concealer, if we are talking about we're trying to hide a blemish, then I'm going to go with Jeffree Star Cosmetics every single time. It does give a more matte finish. However, it's a very natural matte finish, and nothing in my collection is able to do what this one does. However, if we're looking for under eye brightening, not talking bags, but just brightening, and I would go with PMG every time, Pat McGrath Labs. And then if we're talking bags, the Bye Bye Under Eye, that one right there will just kind of hold the bags in. Luckily, I haven't really been struggling with bags lately, so I have not been gravitating towards that one. But yeah, those are all fantastic concealers. Moving on, we are going to Bullet Lipstick. Now, I cannot find my lipstick. I had it laid out, but I have a feeling my cat has knocked it somewhere. So for a matte lipstick, my favorite is the Prada Hyper Matte. So you guys have seen that one on a lot of my shorts as well. It's my favorite red lipstick of all time. It just makes your lips look so vivid, so blurred, so perfected, so good, so expensive though. Then for a matte liquid lipstick, I am feeling these Tom Ford, y'all. They're so good. Okay, so this is the Liquid Lip Luxe is what it's called. And sadly, this is very expensive, but I just feel like this one is so transfer proof. Like, see that? Barely anything, and I had not blotted. And that's what I have on right now. So much I love it. So I don't really have that much to say about it other than love the packaging. I love how long it lasts on my lips and that it's so transfer resistant. Okay, I guess my lipstick and my lip liner made off together, but my favorite is the Makeup Forever Color Artistry. I think it's called Color Artistry pencil. So that is one that you can use for eyeliner or for lip liner. Personally, I would not use it for eyeliner. It's just a little too stiff, but for lip liner, it doesn't move. It looks so good. It blends out really well, and it creates a really good barrier. It doesn't feel waxy. It's just a star product. It's been in the makeup world for years, but I think recently Hailey Bieber brought it to the spotlight again. I just want to say though, I've been using it for a long time. I guess I'm not as popular as Hailey Bieber. But moving on. For liquid blush, I'm going to go with Cali Ray. Now, this is something that I picked up, I think it was a little over a month ago, and I've ended up going back and buying more shades. I just love this. It really does do a lot to camouflage pores and to give a very blurred look to the pores. This one right here, Epic, is my favorite shade though. It's just this beautiful bubblegum pink. It brings a nice youthfulness to the face. The one thing that I will say about this one is don't let it sit on your face. Like, you can let it sit on your face longer than you can, say, Jacqueline's I know Jaclyn's no longer making makeup, but Jaclyn's liquid blush, you would have to blend it out instantly. This one, you can let it sit on your face for a little bit, but don't go more than 5 minutes. Otherwise, you're going to see little dots on your face even after you blend it out. But with that said, I am shocked every time I use this at just how good my blush looks and how natural looking. Like, this is the most natural looking blush of all time, whether it be powder or liquid. This one is queen. However, if I was gravitating towards a powder blush that had a natural finish, Makeup by Mario would be queen. So this is the Soft Pop powder blush. My favorite shade of all time is called Mellow Mauve. Again, it will bring the most natural looking flush to your face. And then if I'm going for a very glowy looking blush, then that would be Hourglass. So just any of the blushes that they have in their ambient lighting palettes, I think those are my favorites. They do not make my pores look big, even though it's radiant, and it's so hard to find that in a radiant blush. So next category is eyeliner. So my favorite of all times would be the House Labs, like the House Laboratories, the old one that they would sell on Amazon. I have a ton of those. I'm still working through them. They are still my favorite. I don't think that they are being made anymore, sadly. So recently, I picked up the House Labs, so not to be mistaken for House Laboratories, House Labs. I don't like this one quite as much. It's not quite as opaque, but it's very similar. So this one might end up being my new favorite, but just wanted to give you guys that disclosure. And if we are talking about a pencil, like for in the waterline, then I'm going to go with Urban Decay. Yep. Good old Urban Decay black shade Perversion. That one is the deepest, darkest black, and I have found that to last in my waterline and tight line more than any other eyeliners ever. Now, eyeshadow, just eyeshadow in general, if I could only pick one brand, it's gonna go to Jeffree Star Cosmetics. I feel like consistent, they have the best formulation, their shadows are the most pigmented, and they blend out the best of all of my eyeshadows combined. Are they all perfection? No, but the majority of them, in my opinion, are. At one point in my life, I would have told you that Natasha Denona is the best. I don't feel that way anymore. I feel like she's just all over the place consistency wise. And then Pat McGrath Labs. So Pat technically does have my favorite sparkly finish, but even then she does show some inconsistencies. I've gotten a few of her shades before and they have been crumbly, but I would say probably my I don't know. We're gonna stick with Jeffree on this, with Pat McGrath running a close second. And as far as like a specific palette, out of all my Jeffree Star collection, Jawbreaker is the one that I use the most, and it's mainly for the pastel shades. Just to give you a quick look, it looks like it's barely used. I promise I grab this all the time. It's just it doesn't take much to create a look with these. They are so pigmented. So I think this next category might surprise you if you haven't seen my short. This next one is going to go to L'Oreal Telescopic Lynx Mascara. Yes, this is a very old mascara. I think this was around back when I first started college. Oh my goodness, that just feels like ages ago. And I've rediscovered this. I feel like it has been reformulated. It is my go-to. It's the one that I'm going to pick out every single time. Now, pair that with L'Oreal Double Extend. I will have to do a short for you guys. Putting on this first and following it up with this one, it looks like I'm wearing falsies. I'm not exaggerating. It really does look like I am wearing false lashes when I do these both together. So I would say my favorite mascara is technically these two combined. However, if I just had to pick one, we're gonna go with Telescopic Lynx, specifically in the shade Carbon Black. I just feel like that gives you your blackest black lashes that really enhance your eye color. Now for lip gloss, I'm going with Buxom Full On Lip Cream. This is my favorite plumping lip gloss, and I like for all my lip glosses to be plumping. So just giving you that disclosure. I feel like this one is the most comfortable to wear as far as plumping is concerned. The gloss that I own that has the greatest impact on plumping is going to be the Jeffree Star Lip Arousal lip gloss. But with that said, they burn. They're really uncomfortable to wear in my opinion, and I normally have a pretty high tolerance for pain. Again, this one works almost as well, and it's way more comfortable to wear. It's very minty. I will say this one has a little bit of a stick factor. You know, if you put too much and you go like this, Like you're gonna see that separation, but with the Jeffree Star one, it's a little bit more slick. So if you can tolerate the pain, pick that one over this one. Now for bronzer, if we are talking about stick form, or I guess you could say cream form, then I'm gonna go with Rare Beauty. So I always use the shade Happy Soul. I just feel like this blends out so nicely. It looks very natural. It's everything that I would want in a cream bronzer. However, if I was going for a powder bronzer, my favorite is going to be Hourglass. Again, I will be gravitating towards one of the ambient lighting palettes. I also do have a little bronzer that is separate, but yes, that one is radiant, but it does not enhance the look of pores. So friendos, I think those are all the categories that I feel very strongly about my choices. I didn't put in there setting spray or fixing spray because, to be honest, I don't feel like I've tried enough to give you a fair opinion of what my favorite would be. I do like MAC Fix Plus, but again, I need to try out more. I've come to the conclusion that I'm not in love with satin lipsticks. I think my favorite brand would be Buxom, but Pat McGrath Labs also has a nice satin lipstick. They're just not my favorite. I don't feel passionately about them, so we're not gonna linger on those. If there's any categories that I left out that you would want me to talk about, please hit me up in the comment section down below. Ask me. I can definitely make a follow-up video to this one. Let me know what your top favorite is in every category, or a few of them if you want. I don't know if you want to be typing all day, but if you do, go ahead. I would love to hear your thoughts and opinions. Friendos, thank you all so much for spending your free time here with me. It does mean the world to me. Thank you for watching all the way to the end. If you did like this video, then don't hesitate to show me by giving me a like. Subscribe if you haven't done so already, because if not, we'll both have to live in the sorrow of never knowing what could have been. All right, guys, have a fabulous week ahead. Bye.